Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 8 of the 2022 Hayes Larks baseball season. It is game 1 of 1 against the Colorado RoughRiders here in West Denver. We apologize for the view of the live stream here on Larks Network. It's what we're having to deal with. Had to go inside today because of the rain, and the press box was actually open today, so we're able to use it instead of having to sit behind the fence like yesterday. So the third base side will be a little bit blocked, but we'll be all right. It's Ben Ferenzi leading things off for the Larks, who were victorious in their last game, 19-12 against the Denver Cougars yesterday. RoughRiders coming to this game 0-5 on the season. All games league play. They're in last place in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Larks in third place. This pitch to Ferenzi drops below. No scoreboard here at the ballpark, so we'll be at the mercy of the umpire and me being able to pay attention between looking at notes in the broadcast and then the actual game. Outside delivery for ball 2 to Ben Ferenzi. On the mound for the Colorado RoughRiders, it is Chris Levensteins. Ben Ferenzi waits on an off-speed, rolls it to the third baseman, and the throw is not going to be in time at first. It bounds there off the throw from Folks, and Ben Ferenzi has a leadoff base hit for the Larks. 1 on, nobody out, top of the first, no score here in Colorado. Game 3 of a 4-game road trip for the Larks. Are 1-1 so far on the trip. We'll have one more game tomorrow against the Game Day Angels before we wrap up the road trip and head back east to Hayes. Runner at first for Tanner Rice. Rice today's second baseman. He shows bunt. It goes back to the pitcher, and the throw to first is going to be in time, but it looked like they did pull Brank off the bag, but umpire on the field says Rice is out at first base. Sacrifice bunt attempts puts Ferenzi in scoring position with 1 away. Larks and RoughRiders, no strangers. They've been in the same league as each other for 3 years now. Larks went 4-0 against them last year. All games were under 9 innings. Larks were supposed to play against the RoughRiders last year in Colorado. All games ended up being in Hayes. We were supposed to have 2 games against them. The Friday game got rained out. And then the Saturday game couldn't play because the field was still flooded, so Coach Leo took everybody on the trip to a Rockies game that night. It was a fun night to be a Lark. But the Larks still went 4-0. They run-rolled them in Hayes on the 19th, 12-2. Jiminian had a grand slam in that game. And Hutchison picked up 2 RBIs. Cade Brown was the winning pitcher, going 5 innings, striking out 9. It's Palmer Hutchison at the plate for the Larks with the runner at second base with 1 away. Palmer had a great day yesterday. 3 home runs. Just a great performance. Drove in 7. 2 2-run shots and 1 3-run shot. It'll be Austin Pugh on the mound for the Larks in the bottom half of the inning. Hutchison swings above 1 here. Hutchison get bumped up in the order today after yesterday, and rightfully so. Hutchison waits on 1, sends it to the backstop. So I'll have to protect with 2 strikes on him still. Larks wearing their road gray pants, red uniforms for the second time this road trip. RoughRiders going with an all-white look. White pants, white jerseys, white caps. Ferenzi gets his lead at second. Hutchison watches 1 roll outside. Larks have won 5 of their last 6 games, 5-2 on the season. were beat by the Game Day Angels in Game 1 of the road trip, 14-4 in a uncharacteristic fashion. Looks like everything with their internet still going good, so good start to the game after actually getting a start on time for once out here in Colorado. Delivered to Hutchison, rope to right field. Tagging up at second base is Ferenzi. He starts to run, and then we'll have to go back to the back. So Hutchison, after 3 home runs yesterday in his first 4 at-bats, will start out with a flyout. So it'll take us to Cade Brown, who's in the cleanup spot tonight. He's the first baseman from the University of Oklahoma. Brown pitched in yesterday's game. Came in for the 9th inning, gets a called strike here. This one above the letters to Brown. Brown having a good start to the season behind the plate, or at the plate, I should say. Batting .500 with a slugging percentage of 1.0. Picked up 7 hits and 14 at-bats, 4 singles, a double, and he's cranked 2 home runs. Called strike here to Brown. On deck is Dylan Dreiling with Leo Jiminian in the hole. And Cade Brown will be out number 3 of the first inning. Larks get a leadoff single from Ferenzi, who gets advanced to second base on the Rice sacrifice bunt, but won't be able to bring him home. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning with Austin Pewitt taking over on the bump. Larks 0, RoughRiders 0. Well, on the first we go here in West Denver, Austin Pewitt will take over on the mound. Weston Miller will lead it off for the Colorado RoughRiders. Pewitt, a righty out of Grand Canyon University. Known for his fastball with some heat on it. That one comes in with some heat and gets a called strike 1 to Miller. Second baseman and coach for the Knights for the Colorado RoughRiders. They had 2 coaches, 1 assistant. The assistant couldn't be here. And then their head coach took a line drive, or got hit in the batting cage by a ball, and got sent to the hospital an hour before the game, but the team's in good spirits. Sounds like the coach is okay, but the RoughRiders are going to work with what they can tonight. Players coaching, players making the lineups. They're going to have their own fun. Pewitt comes in this game on the mound with no decisions on the rubber. He's made 2 appearances, thrown 3 innings, striking out 4 guys. This is Pewitt's first start of the season for the Larks. And the tall righty from GCU throws home. It's a foul ball, and Miller will stay alive. Pewitt, a Palmdale, California native. He's a 6'5 freshman out of the Western Athletic Conference. No stats this year for the Antelopes, but in high school racked up quite a bit of attention, was given a 9 perfect game grade out of 10. And the same company clocked his fastball in the 99.42 percentile. It's a perfect game preseason All-American in 2021. And in 2022 is looking to continue his history of success in baseball. Pewitt from the stretch. Miller sends one over the right side, and it'll be foul. Pewitt has held his opponents to a .222 batting average while having a whip above 1 at 1.33. He's given up just a pair of walks and a pair of hits. He has 1 earned run on the season, making for an ERA at 3. This one will run outside. Halter blocks it with nobody on. Pewitt's last appearance was against the Collegians a week ago yesterday. Through 2 innings against Boulder. Was all in relief, allowed 1 hit, struck out 4, hit 1, but no runs. He will walk his 3rd batter of the season, and Miller gets to first base to lead things off. It is raining here. Now, we were delayed because of rain to start the game, and now it's raining yet again, but we're going to play through here with no lightning. And we'll go to Colton Brooks, the shortstop. Chopper to the second baseman, Rice, fields it above his head, decides to go to first and makes a smart decision, a quick adjustment and a quick read for Rice. And Brooks will be thrown out at first, but advancing to second base is Weston Miller. So runner in scoring position early for the RoughRiders. Larks in a similar position in the top of the inning. Runner at second with 1 away, but after flouting the strikeouts, the RoughRiders got out of the inning. Pop fly over to the right side. Brown moves into foul territory, moves back into fair territory, makes the catch in front of his chest. And Pewitt will give him some props. Good pitch from Pewitt. Got a soft pop out from Morse. And we'll go to cleanup hitter Noah Gaselli. Gaselli, another returner from the Colorado RoughRiders squad last year. Getting the starting cleanup and in left field tonight. Defensively for the Larks, from left to right in the outfield, Rawson, Jiminian, and Lucarts. In the infield, Hutchison in the hot corner, Ferenzi at shorts. Rice at second, Brown at first. Halter blocks this one, and kind of no man's land a little bit at second is Miller. He throws down to second a dime, but it's not in time. Pewitt shakes off a sign from Halter. Nods on this one. Halter blocks this one, and it'll look Miller back to second base. The last time these two teams met, Larks run-ruled the RoughRiders 13-2 in Hayes on July 21st of last year. Hunter Parker was the winning pitcher, throwing 5 innings, striking out 4. Palmer Hutchison scored 3 runs, and Brady Evans drove in a trio. Larks are hoping for a quick game today with no lights at the field, so if the game goes on too long, won't be able to continue it. This one will miss low. Halter again blocks it. Pew's having some trouble keeping pitches out of the dirt. Pewitt gets set. We'll go from the stretch. Miller at second. This delivery called strike. Nice pitch from Pewitt and a good frame from Halter. RoughRiders last in the league. They're 5.5 games back of the 6-0 Liberal BJs. RoughRiders have been outscored this year 50-11. Outside delivery, and Pewitt walks his second of the inning. Small crowd here at the ballpark. Under 20 fans here to watch. Much different atmosphere than Larks Park, and it's what some of the guys were talking about in the dugout, just wanting to be home and play in front of the fans. Wouldn't be upset if this game got rained down and had to be made up in Hayes. His delivery outside in the dirt again. Pewitt struggling with his delivery. Pewitt threw strikes on only 38% of his pitches in the season opener in Great Bend, but then responded much better in his second outing, throwing strikes on 71% of his pitches. Wind getting the best of our setup here at the park with the rain. Two on, 2 outs. Again, Pewitt in the dirt. All right, so after the technology issues and the storm getting to our equipment, Austin Peay loaded the bases, but then it got a ground out up the middle to end the inning. So the RoughRiders left the bases loaded. And now the Larks will take over. Top of the second, no score. Still Levenstein's on the mound. Dylan Dreiling at the plate sends one to left field. Running back is Morris. It is going to be a solo shot for Dylan Dreiling. Larks having a lot of success at this field. It is their 5th home run in the past 2 days, and Dreiling will get to touch them all. Dreiling had the first home run of the season for the Larks. And now picks up his 2nd of the year. So it'll take us to Leo Jiminian, the center fielder. Jiminian in his career against the RoughRiders. 10 hits, 6 runs driven in, 5 runs scored. One of his hits a grand slam. He's also picked up a pair of doubles. Swing and a miss here on the foul tip, so not a miss. Jiminian, the 6th batter of the game for the Larks. Getting the start in center field, just like he did yesterday. In yesterday's ball game, Leo hit at the bottom of the order, went 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. This delivery is going to miss low. Jiminian pops this one up over the left side. Getting under as a shortstop, Brunk. He's going to lose it. It's going to drop in no man's land in left center field. And Jiminian has a single. If they ruled as it would have dropped and then the air allowed him to go to second, they will rule an E7, so it won't be a hit for Jiminian. And he will be at second base safely. It's an E6. Jiminian in scoring position. Brings up Jackson Halter to the dish. Halter, the catcher from Seminole College in Oklahoma. Jiminian takes off. The throw to third base is a good one, but Jiminian just too fast. It's Braden Miracle behind the dish. Couldn't get the throw there in time. So runner 90 feet from scoring, Larks up 1-0. Swing and a miss from Halter, and the RoughRiders dugout liked it. One ball, one strike, tonight's catcher. Fly ball to center field, running back is Moore. He looks up. And Jackson Halter hits the 2nd home run of the game for the Larks. This one a 2-run shot for the catcher from Seminole College. Larks take a 3-0 lead. Jiminian scores. Halter picks up 2 RBIs. Halter now with 4 RBIs on the season. Doubles his RBI total with 1 swing of the bat, and we'll get to put on the home run pink cowboy hat. Leo Jiminian scores his 8th run of the season. Halter picks up his 2nd extra base hit. The other one was a double. So 3-0 Larks. All 3 runs here in the 2nd inning. Still nobody out. Hunter Rawson, the left fielder tonight, comes to the dish. Sees a breaking pitch. Misses high. 1-0. Rawson takes this one to deep right field. Morris is looking up at it. And it's going to be a home run for Hunter Rawson. He thought it was going foul off the bat by his body language. And it is going to be the third home run of the inning. And the Larks dugout is getting a lot of use out of the hats. Hunter Rawson can be the latest one to don it. Picks up his first home run as a Lark. And picks up RBI number 3 of the season and run scored number 7. And we'll head to the dugout with a 4-0 lead. Back-to-back home runs for the Larks, who are loving playing here at Everett Middle School. 4 straight Larks to the plate. All 4 have scored here in the second inning. We go to the bottom of the order. In the top of the second, Braden Lucarts. Lucarts had a day of rest yesterday. Getting the start in right field tonight. Waits on one, watches it miss. 1-0. Levenstein's on the mound, is still looking for out number 1 of the inning. He's thrown now 32 pitches, giving up 5 hits, 1 strikeout, and all 4 runs are, I guess, getting marked as earned by the Larks game changer, even though there was an error. Call strike here to Lucarts. Lucart this year batting .143 with a .250 OBP. Has 1 hit in 7 plate appearances. Hasn't been given a ton of reps at the dish. RoughRiders still looking for their first out. High and outside. This Lucart hit goes to the backstop. The obstruction got put back in front of us here on the broadcast, so gonna have to work around that. We'll get the live cam back up in a second, but there's still gonna be that part of the broadcast blocked by part of the press box. Four nothing Larks here in the top of the second. Still nobody out. And Lucarts will be the 5th Lark to get aboard in this inning. 5 to the plate. All 5 have reached, and 3 of them have hit a home run. So it'll take us to Ben Ferenzi. Ben singled to start off the game. Got to second base, but was left there. This one hit hard to the third baseman. Folks fields it, throws to second. The throw is errant. It gets away from Miller, and Lucart's going to run up 90 feet to third base. Ferenzi will reach on the E6. And Larks have runners on the corner, still nobody out. Ferenzi aboard for the second time in just as many innings. That walk from Lucarts was his 2nd of the season. So takes it to Tanner Rice. Rice, 8 hits on the year, 7 singles. He had 4 of those yesterday in a 4-6 outing. Picked up 3 runs, drove in 1, also picked up a walk. Levenstein still looking for round number 1 of the second. Pitch number 40 misses the zone. He's throwing strikes on just about 50% of his pitches. Shakes off the sign from Miracle. And Rice sends this one a mile high over the left side of the infield. Folks drifts right, will get called off by Brooks. Records out number 1 of the second inning. Rice now 0 for 1 after having a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Takes us to Palmer Hutchison. Hutchison flew out in the first inning to right field. Morris made the catch. Yeah, Palmer Hutchison loves hitting at this park. 3 home run effort for him yesterday. Larks themselves as a team have hit 3 home runs today, all in this inning. Ferenzi takes off from first. Called strike, no throw. Second stolen base of the inning for the Larks. They have 2 in scoring position and the double plays off the table. Leo Jiminian stole his 4th of the season. That was Ferenzi's 2nd of the season. Called strike 2 here to Hutchison. The one that dropped into right down the middle. Brown on deck, drilling in the hole for the Larks. Hutchison, one of 2 Hayes natives on the roster for the Larks. He goes to Kansas City, Kansas Community College, and will be transferring this summer. Out of eligibility at the JUCO ranks. Pops this one up over the right side. Foul. Rain picks up again here at the park, even though we have sun peeking out behind the clouds. This delivered to Hutch. Inside, pulls his hands in, sends it to the backstop. Chopper over the left side of the infield. Brooks will pick it up. His throw to first rolls in some dirt and doesn't get there in time. And Ferenzi read it well. Folks chase it. Brook is the one who got the ball. And so when Folks came off the bag, Ferenzi took off for third, knowing that it was going to be able to get in there safely. And Palmer Hutchison will reach. It's ruled a single. Ferenzi to third. And scoring from third base is Braden Lukart. Bounders 5 through 9 for the Larks have all scored in this inning. It's a 5-0 ball game. Palmer Hutchison picks up his 8th RBI over the past 2 days. One away, runners on the corners. Lukart scoring for the first time this season. Palmer Hutchison driving in RBI number 11. That is tied for the team lead with Dylan Dreiling, who had the team lead before yesterday's game. Hutchison tied it up after picking up 7 RBIs. Dylan extended his lead by 1 run today, got it up to 1 run driven in, and then Palmer Hutchison responds in the same inning, and they both have 11. And Cade Brown will be walk number 2 of the inning, and Larks have now batted around. Bases loaded, 5-0 ball game with 1 away. Tough thing about it is for the RoughRiders, without a coach, you can't go out and have a mound visit with your guy. So we had Dylan Dreiling. They're going to be cautious of pitching to him after he hit a home run earlier in this inning to lead it off. Hutchison at second, Ferenzi at third, Brown at first. This one goes way outside. Also like a pitch out attempt from the location of it, but it wasn't. Dreiling gets back in the left-hander's batter's box. This delivered to him again high and outside, 2-0. Dreiling yesterday, he went 1 for 6 with 1 run scored. He struck out 2 times. Outside, 3-0. And we will have a movement to the bullpen. Zach Link as Drowning sends this one over the left side on a pop fly, but it's going to be behind the Larks dugouts and on to the driveway of the middle school. Christian Levenstein's on the mound. So Ralston Valley High School alum, just graduated this year. And he will walk in a run on 4 pitches. Dreiling picks up RBI number 2 of the inning. And we will have a mound visit between a non-coach and a Rough Rider. Time is granted, and we'll take a pause. Larks up 6-0 as Dreiling walks and scores Ben Ferenzi. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Still top of the second, 1 away. Larks up 6-0 after Dylan Dreiling picks up RBI number 12 of the season. Leo Jiminian a little bit eager on the swing, chops to one to the third base side and foul. Jiminian was early on his swing yesterday, hit a home run, 5 feet foul of the left field marker, so it wasn't a home run. Had it been just a little bit more to the right, it would have been a great hit. Instead, he went back to the plates, worked the count a little bit more, and picked up a single. Rips this one hard down the left field line. Folks reaches for it. It will be fair. Hutchison will jog in from third. Dreiling rounds second, head to third. Brown rounds third, heads home. It's going to be a 2 RBI double for Leo Jiminian. So now already, and just this inning, it is an 8-0 ball game. Every Lark except Tanner Rice has scored in the second inning. Jiminian now aboard twice. 2 in scoring position, still 1 away as Jackson Halter comes to the dish. He hit a home run earlier in this inning in his only plate appearance of the day. Dreiling at third, Jiminian at second. This one is a called strike to Halter. Halter rips one to the right side for a base hit. He drives in 2, and the throw home is going to be errant. So Larks continue a great second inning. They've now scored 10 runs. Halter with 4 RBIs in this inning, a single and a home run. Jiminian scores for the second time. Dreiling scores for the second time. And that'll be a day for Levenstein's on the rubber. 10 runs score on him. Goes 1 1/3, and we'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back on Larks Network. New pitcher of the game, Zach Link, inherits a runner at second base, still only one away in the second inning that the Larks have scored 10 runs in. Jackson Halter at second, Hunter Rawson at the dish. Rawson hit one to right field for a solo shot earlier in this inning. It's part of a 3-run affair through 4 batters to start the inning. Link misses the zone here. Zach Link, a righty. Out in North Park. It's a D3 school in Chicago. He gets a foul ball here out of Rawson. Link from Golden, Colorado is a 6'5" junior. Spent the past 3 years at North Park. This last year had a 7.27 ERA on the bump, went 0-2. Misses above the letters here to Rawson. Made 10 appearances for North Park this year. 14 earned runs, 17 strikeouts, facing 94 batters. Year before that is 7.15 ERA, 0-1 on the year with 8 appearances, all in relief. Called strike here to Rawson. And then 2020, Link, no appearances in the COVID-shortened season. He went to Ralston Valley High School, where Levensteins, who just came out of the game, is an alumni of as well. Rawson will be called out looking for the second time in the past 2 days. So he's out number 2 of the inning in his second plate appearance. 2 away, runner at second, Larks up 10-0. So we go to the bottom of the order. Braden Lukart walked earlier in the inning. And we'll come back to the left-hander's batter's box. With all due respect to the RoughRiders, it's starting to make a little more sense how they started off 0-5 as Lukart sends this one to center field. Halter rounds third, no throw home, and Larks have scored 11 this inning. Braden Lukart picks up his first hit of the day and the second of the season. Halter scores for the second time of the inning. What a great inning for Jackson Halter. A home run, a single, 4 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. That would be a great day for anybody, much less a second inning. For Braden Lukart, RBI number 2 of the year. Jackson Halter's 4th run of the season. He doubled his season run total today. Ben Ferenzi to the dish, gets a called strike 1. 11-0 Larks in an 11-run second inning. Lukart gets his lead at first base. Link ignores him, goes home from the stretch. Ben Ferenzi wanted that one really bad and a little too bad. Swung at it really early and roped at the left side foul. This delivery to Ferenzi, it'll miss high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Batter number 15 of the inning for the Larks. Ferenzi has reached 2 times today already and scored 1. Pops this one up, and it'll go out of play. Rice on deck if the Larks need him. Ferenzi sends this one on a roller to Brooks at shortstop. The throw to first is going to be a second errant throw. It rolls to the foul fence and right. And going to third base is Braden Lukart. Ferenzi aboard for the second time this inning on an errant throw from Brooks. Inning keeps going for the RoughRiders on the field who want to get off the field and into the dugout to hit. Batter number 60 in the inning, Tanner Rice. 0 from the day, popped out to the shortstop Brooks for out number 1 of the inning, and then had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Nine hits for the Larks, 8 in this inning. This delivered to Rice, an off-speed that catches the plate for a called strike. 1-1, 2 away. Runners on the corners. Rice, a UTA Maverick, a Mesa, Arizona native. Swings and misses behind this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Larks again will have one more game on this road trip. We'll take on the Game Day Angels tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time for the fans back in Kansas. 7 p.m. local time here, Mountain Time in Colorado. I think we'll go from the stretch to Rice. Foul ball to the backstop. Rice stays alive. Rice having a good year. Has been very consistent for the Larks at the top of the order, batting .421 as an on-base percentage at .542. As one of a handful of guys with on-base percentages above .500. Larks have just been doing a great job of getting on base this year. This one hit hard to right field. Shouldn't be too much trouble for Morris, but it does bounce in front of him. But he does read it off the hop, get it in the infield before anything more can happen after the single. Rice picks up his first hit of the game, and now every single Lark has reached in the third inning. The second inning. It feels like it's been 3 innings in this inning alone. Ferenzi moves to second base. Lukart scores for the second time this inning. 12-0 Larks. All 12 runs in this inning. So runners on first and second, 2 away. First pitch to Hutchison. Outside 1-0. Hutchison 1 for 2 in the day with a base hit and a fly out. He scored in the second inning. Rice, the lone Lark to not score in this inning, but every Lark has either scored or driven in a run this inning. To the backstop we go again, 1-1. Larks on a roll. They put up 19 runs yesterday. 31 runs scored for the Larks through the past 10 2/3 innings. Inside part of the plate, a nice off-speed from Link gets a called strike 2. Roughriders find themselves 1 out away from ending the second inning. Batter number 17 of the second at the plate. The 1-2 home. Outside is going to go past Miracle. And Rice moves to second. And Ferenzi to third. 2 in scoring position in a 2-2 count. Second inning. Link ignores the runners on the base paths, puts all of his attention on the Larks' third baseman and delivers home. Hutchison pumps this one up over the right side. Bronk and Miller give chase. Bronk, by the foul wall, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 3. Larks bring 17 to the plate, score 12 runs, and will take a 12-0 lead to the bottom half of the second here in western Denver, Colorado. Bottom of the second, Austin Pewitt with a big gap between innings pitched. Larks were one batter away from batting through twice. In the top half of this inning, it'll be Trevor Moore to lead it off for the Colorado RoughRiders. This one will hit Moore, and he will get a free base. Kind of a scary scene right there. Pewitt struggled with those occasions in the first inning and continues it here in the second. Walked 2 in the first out of the 5 he faced, and now plunks 1. Runner on first with nobody outs. Larks up by 12. Certainly looked like we might get a run rule and get to go back to the hotel early today in Colorado. Hewitt misses the zone here to Dom Folks, the third baseman, batting 7th in lineup. Ground ball to first base. A nice play by Cade Brown. No throw to second. Wise decision, but tagged the bag with his glove after getting down on his hands and knees to get that one. Good play again from Cade Brown. Runner advances into scoring position. Went away for Keegan Stills, the DH. Batting 8th in the order. Hewitt threw 1 and a third. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, looking for his first strikeout, but has kept the RoughRiders off the board. Fastball runs low, 1-0. Run rule in the RMBL is 10 after 7, so we still got to play some more if the lead would stay like this, but Pew will plunk his second of the past 3. Pew has now hit 3 batters on the season, hit 1 against the Collegians last Saturday. Swing and miss on an inside delivery. Nice off speed from Pew to change things up. Miracle can't make contact, and the catcher will get back in the right-hander's batter's box. 2 number 13s on the roster for the Colorado RoughRiders. The catcher Miracle and the second baseman / head coach for the night, Weston Miller. Inside again, Pew nearly plunks his third. Miracle will have to shake that one off as it was coming close to the noggin. And gets a swing and a miss. Pew responds well after that. Pew has found the strike zone in 10 of his 26 pitches. Started off 3 of the 9 batters he's faced with a first pitch strike. It's kind of a rocky start, uncharacteristic of Austin Pewitt. Misses here on his second wild pitch. The ball goes to the backstop, and an ending double play is off the table. As Moore goes to third, Stills to second. Doing scoring position, still only 1 away in the bottom of the second. Larks do send a righty to the pen. I can't tell who it is from here. Inside and high again. Count is 2-2. Or was 2-2, becomes 3-2. Umpire yells 3-2, and we'll get a payoff pitch from Pewitt. And he will miss and walk batter number 3 of the day. He's faced 9 and walked or hit either over half of them. 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, top of the order, bases loaded, 1 away. Head coach, second baseman, and For the Rough Riders to the dish, Weston Miller. Talked to him before the game. I was getting their lineup and told him he was the Jackie Moon of baseball, doing it all for his club. Colton Brooks on deck. Sam Morris in the hole for the Rough Riders. Nice snag from Halter to keep the runners where they're at. Pewitt misses again. Pewitt with some family in attendance. Grandparents made the trip up from California to Denver, Colorado, and have been at all 3 games of the road trip. Bases jacked. Miracle at first, Stills at second, Moore at third. This one goes behind the back of Miller, and Pewitt with another wild pitch allows a run to score. Moore scores, and it's a 12-1 ball game. Larks deficit cut to 11. Rough Riders deficit cut to 11. Miller back to the right-hander's batter's box. And Pewitt with a called strike. Well, Kobe Grimsley is one of the guys up and in the pen, but looks like he's catching for whoever's warming up. So don't expect the Oklahoma native to pitch. If I had to make a wild guess, I think that's Sam Hendon in the left field bullpen. And now LaRue grabs his catcher gear and heads to the bullpen to catch for him, as Pewitt gets a swing and a foul ball. Or a swing and a miss. This time called, looked like it was a foul. So I don't know how much of this is of Pewitt's location issues in the bottom of the second inning have much to do with having a huge gap between innings 1 and 2 on the rubber. But through 1 1/3, 1 earned a run, 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 3 wild pitches. Ground ball over to the right side. Rice shuffles to it, and it takes a tough bounce off the grass, and it will be a 1-out, 2 RBI single for Weston Miller, scoring Stills and Miracle. And it's a 12-3 ball game. That one you can't fault Rice for. This field has been taking like some crazy hops. Guys were complaining about it yesterday, and you could see just the way the past 2 days, or 2 fields we've played out. The game day Angels field was super bouncy with the turf, but this field not extremely well maintained. It took a bad hop there and went over the head of Rice, but Larks were having to make some last-second adjustments yesterday on balls, just the way this field was handling them. Pewitt misses low, 1-0. (12-3) Larks in the bottom of the second inning. Delivery inside. Miller at first base. Brooks at the dish. Brooks 0 for on the day with the ground out to Rice. Check over at first. Brown fields it off the dirt. Good stop from Brown to save a runner from going to second. And whoever is warming up in left field is no longer just tossing around. They're going with a full warm-up. So we'll see when the Larks want to use him. 9-run lead in the second inning. Pewitt delivers home. Nice frame from Halter on a nice pitch called strike. Brooks looking for his first of the ball game. He's batter number 6 of the inning. Larks want that double play to end it. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Pewitt. Back in his groove. Full count. Pewitt looking for strikeout number 5 as a Lark. Struck out 4 of the 6 outs he picked up in his last outing. Gets a ground ball over the left side. And foul. Payoff pitch home above the letters, and Pewitt walks his second of the inning, 4th of the day. Five of the 6 RoughRiders to come to the plate in this inning have reached. Two on, 1 out. Sam Moore's a 3-hole at the plate. He popped out to Tanner Rice for out number 2 of the first inning. Hits one hard down the third base line, but it will be foul. So all the way to the left field corner. Had that been fair, that would have been trouble. Combined 15 runs scored in this second inning alone. And all of them, all runs on the scoreboard from this second inning. Larks 12, RoughRiders 3. This one's hit well to center field. Jemanian runs back. He's looking up. He's at the warning track. Makes a leaping catch at the wall. What a gem from the French center fielder. He saves the Larks from a home run and gets Morris out on a deep fly ball to center. Miller moves to third, but Jemanian has had 2 great plays in center field the past 2 days. Went off hard off of the wall yesterday, reaching up for one, and used his body to get the ball, but was smart with it just to bounce off and not have to get hurt. And today he reaches up and leaps and snags one and steals one. So Pete will be thankful for his center fielder out there. As Morris goes back to the dugout, 0 for 2. Caselli to the plate now. He walked in the first inning and was left there after the ground out to Rice. Strike 1 called. Oh, 1 home, inside corner. Can't place it better than that. No balls, 2 strikes to the cleanup left fielder. Pugh will miss low here, 1 and 2. Called strike 3. Pewitt gets his 5th strikeout as a Lark and the first of the day. RoughRiders get 3 back, bring 8 to the plate, and send us to the 3rd inning. Hayes up 12-3 on Larks Network. Top of the third, Cade Brown just grounded out to lead off the inning. Larks. RoughRiders get a much better start to the third inning than they did in the second. Now to Dylan Drouling, who homered and walked in the last inning. This one was outside of Drouling. They were super careful pitching to him after he hit a home run to start off the second inning. It was a leadoff shot. Part of a 3-home run, 12-run second inning. Again, pitching him outside and will miss here. There's a scouts from the Texas Rangers yesterday at the game to watch Dylan. Wish they were still at this game to see that last swing and home run. Dylan checks his swing. This one goes outside, and he will have walk number 2 of the day. Drouling 2 walks through 3 plate appearances and a home run. Drouling walked 9 times last year and had a lot of walks at Hayes High this past season. Walked 24 times, and Western Athletic Conference reported that he was walked in 26% of his plate appearances. In the meantime, when he actually got to get the ball in play, he had a .597 batting average. He only struck out 9 times in his career at Hayes High School. Swan runs inside to Leo Geminian. Bumped up from the bottom of the order to 6 today after having a great game. Drouling a small lead at first base, not wanting to risk anything, up by 9. Geminian watches this one go inside, 2-0. Drouling after that walk has walk number 2 of the season, both walks in today's game. Geminian waits on this one, rips it hard to left field. It's going to drop in fair territory for extra bases. Drouling round second. Is going to be held at third by his grandfather, Frank Leo, in his 40th season as the Larks head coach. And Geminian with his second double in the past 2 innings. Leo, 2 for 3, reached on an error and 2 doubles, and he scored 2 times. Drouling moves to third base, looking to score for the 3rd time today. 2 in scoring position, 1 away in the top half of the 3rd inning. It'll bring up Jackson Halter. Normally this is where the Larks would have Jack Terosian to the dish. Terosian getting his first day off of the season. He's played in all 7 games prior to this one. Batting .455 with a .625 on base percentage. And Halter's numbers will go up too after the second inning where he homered, singled, drove in 4, and scored 2. He has another opportunity to get 2 more RBIs on the day. Larks had 7 RBIs from Hutchison yesterday. We'll see what Halter can do. He's off to a great start. Watches this one run outside. Halter played in 29 games for the Trojans at Seminole State this year. Drove in 18 off of 19 hits through 64 at-bats. Had 1 home run this season and has 1 for the Larks this year. Pops this one up over the right side. Calling off first baseman Brock is Morris. He makes the catch on the line. Takes his time to get the ball in, and Drouling will score on the Jackson Halter sacrifice fly. Halter 5 RBIs. Drouling 3 runs scored through 2 2/3. Lead is back up to 10, 13-3 Larks. Top of the third, runner at third with 1 away. It's Hunter Rawson at the dish. Homered in the last inning, sends one deep to center field. Moore keeps moving back and is starting to run out of space, but does make the catch a few feet in front of the wall in center. The Larks only score one in the third inning after a 12-run second. They put their lead back to 10. As we go to the bottom half of the third, this is Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned in to Larks Network. Second half of the third inning we go in Colorado. Austin Pewitt to the rubber, misses inside 1-0 to Dom Brunk. Brunk on the day, 0 for 1 after grounding out to Tanner Rice. In the first inning. Outside 2-0. Whoever's warming up in the pen for the Larks is done and will be ready to go for when the Larks choose to let him take over on the rubber. This one outside 1-0. Leo Jeminian, that air that he reached on in the second inning has been corrected to a double, so it's been a 3-double day for Leo Jeminian, all in the second and third innings. 4-pitch walk for Dom Bronk. And the RoughRiders get a leadoff base runner for the third inning, excuse me. Pewitt continues to struggle with his command. 52 pitches thrown, 22 of them have found the zone. Walk number 5 of the day through 2 innings. He's plunked 2 and has 3 wild pitches. His 3 runs have scored. Only 1 has been earned. He struck out 1 as well. He's yet to give up a hit. So location's been really the only part of Pewitt's game that's been off. He hasn't been allowing hits, but location an important thing to have. Ground ball to Hutchison, fields it well at third base on a tough field to field on. The throw to second in time, the throw to first in time. 5-4-3 double play off the bat of Trevor Moore. And Larks turn yet another one. 2 away in the bottom half of the third inning. Larks a good defensive team. They had some struggles in the opening game of this road trip, but they just turned their 10th double play of the season and their 8th game. Inside delivery, called strike, catches the plate. 0-1 here to Dom Folks, the 7-hole third baseman, who grounded out to Cade Brown for the first out of the second inning. Called strike 2. No, I thought that was in the zone. They will say missed just inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Folks. Slow grounder to the left side. Ferenzi fields in, moves his glove up at the last second on the hop, and throws to first in time. Pewitt faces the minimum for the first time today, allows a walk, but gets 2 ground balls, 1 for a double play, and gets us out of the third inning. Larks get the RoughRiders off the scoreboard, and will take a 13-3 lead to the 4th inning here in Denver, Colorado on Larks Network. Top of the 4th, bottom of the order for the Larks, it's Braden Lukehart. A single and a walk on the day for him. 2 runs scored. Larks have scored in every inning but the first. Looking to do so again in the 4th. Pop fly over the left side. Folks gives chase and realizes it'll be out of play. Larks fans and RoughRiders fans and just baseball fans watching the stream, be sure to subscribe while you're watching. These streams are free to watch and it's free to subscribe, but while we're putting out the streams for free, we ask that you subscribe. It just helps us out so much when you do that and allows us to keep growing and continue to do this. So that's all we ask, that you click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and you'll get notified each time we go live for every broadcast, so you'll never have to worry about missing Larks games during this summer. Swan runs outside to Braden Lukehart. It's 1-2. I'll stop asking for subscribers once we've hit the goal of 1,000 that our tech guy put on the Larks 4 years ago that we've still been working to get to. Lukehart fouls this one off to stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the right fielder from St. Joseph, Missouri. 1-2 home, a high and outside. Good eye for tonight's right fielder. Larks brought just a handful of guys to the plate in the third inning after bringing 17 to the dish in inning number 2. Lugard's 2 plate appearances were both in the second inning. Waits on 1 and timing a little off. Swings and misses. And will be strikeout number 1 of the day for Braden Lugard at the plate. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Zach Link through 1 2/3. Actually now 2 complete innings. On the mound, he's given up 3 hits, 1 earned run, and a walk. First pitch to Ben Ferenzi pops off his left shoulder, and he'll move up 90 feet to first base. Ben Ferenzi, 4 plate appearances through 4 innings, 4 times reaching. And he scored once. Just gotten there. The production behind him hasn't been near what it has been for the bottom half of the order. But Tanner Rice looking to change that. Rice 1 for 2 in the day with a single and a sacrifice bunt and a run driven in. Outside, 1-0 to Rice. Rice, I talked about earlier how good he's been for a hitter, as a hitter for the Larks this year. Had a good year at UTA. On base percentage of .343, 29 hits, 20 walks. Sends this one to right field. It'll drop and roll to the wall. Tanner Rice will have a stand-up double, and they will hold Ferenzi at third base as he rounded it hard. And Tanner Rice, 2 for 2 in his last 2 plate appearances, and Larks have yet another hit. Ferenzi moves into scoring position. Larks have 2 of those, 2 in scoring position, with nobody out, or excuse me, 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning. Larks will play tomorrow, as I mentioned, have Tuesday off, and then they'll start a 3-game homestand against the RoughRiders, all at Larks Park. First pitch at 7 p.m. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can catch the games at Larks Park or tune in on Larks Network. Hutchison rolls one and bounces it to Brooks, who gets the throw in time to first base, but on the ground outs. And Hutchison's 4th plate appearance, he picks up his first RBI of the day. Ferenzi scores his 2nd run of the day. Larks up 14-3 now. The last 12 2/3 of an inning, Larks have put up 33 runs. 2 away, runner at third base, and Tanner Rice for the cleanup hitter, Cade Brown. First pitch misses 1-0. One-0 to Brown, the first baseman, who walked in the 2nd inning and came around to score. This one runs inside. Bobby Leonard's in. Cade Brown picks up walk number 2 of the day, and this one quicker than the first one. And he keeps the inning alive, and we'll bring up Dylan Dreiling, batter number 6 of the inning. Dreiling, 3 plate appearances on the day. After having a solo shot to start off the second, they've been careful pitching to him and thrown him outside quite a bit. And he has 2 walks, scored 3 times, and driven in 2. Runners on the corners. 2 away, and it won't be Dylan Dreiling. It'll be Jack Tarosian. So Tarosian will take over as the DH. So now Tarosian's played in every game for the Larks this season. This one drops below the knees of the Hutchison Blue Dragon, 1-0. Drosian had his first home run as a Lark yesterday. Going 2 for 5 on the day, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and 2 walks. It's a called strike here. Link still on the mound. He goes from the stretch. Drosian hits this one to right field. Morris runs in. It's a diving effort. He can't come up with it, and Jack Tarosian will have an RBI single. Tough play for Morris, and the inning keeps going for the RoughRiders on the field. Dylan Drowling finishes his day with home run, 2 walks, 3 runs scored, 2 runs driven in, and Jack Tarosian starts out his day 1 for 1 with a single, his 10th single of the year. Picks up RBI number 6, and will continue to push that batting average above 450 and his on-base percentage above 625. It was at 625 to start the game, and we'll go up now. Leo Jamilian to the dish. 3 doubles on the day for him. 2 runs scored. Sends this one to center field. Moore drifts left and now drifts in. And will record out 3 in center field. Larks get another run in the 4th inning. Actually get a pair of them. And will take a 15-3 lead to the bottom of the 4th after the Jack Tarosian RBI single. And Cade Brown walk, Ben Ferenzi hit by pitch, and Tanner Rice double. We go. Larks up by 12. Bottom of the 4th, Sam Hendon takes over after 3 innings from Austin Pewitt. Inherits a 12-run lead. Leading it off is Keegan Stills. The DH was hit by a pitch from Pewitt in the 2nd inning and scored. Off speed from Hendon misses the zone high. 2-0. 101 reads the Larks game changer. Pitch number 3 from Hendon swung on, fouled off the face mask of Jackson Halter. Halter cool. And yeah, I thought that was right. Now it's a 2-1 counts. Scoreboard gets corrected. So Pewitt throws 3 innings, 60 pitches, 26 in the zone, gives up 3 runs, only 1 earned, no hits, 1 strikeout, 5 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and 3 wild pitches. Two-one counts, nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the 4th, Hendon gets a called strike outside corner. Hendon from Central Alabama Community College. It's a freshman there from Alexander City, Alabama. Righty swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Beautiful breaking ball from him. Will strikeouts. Sulis. Strikeout number 2 of the year for Sam Hendon through 2 1/3. Coming in this game, he had 2 innings pitched, 1 appearance. That was against the Boulder Collegians. No decision in the relief outing. Gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, hit 1. Swing and a miss here from Braden Miracle at the bottom of the order, who walked in the 2nd inning and scored. And then gives Halter a nod and will go from the stretch. Liner to the backstop. Miracle will be forced to protect. This year at Central Alabama, Hendon 11 appearances, 2 starts, no decisions on the mound, struck out 6 through 11 and 2/3. Delivery swung and a miss. 2 batters face for Hendon, and 2 strikeouts, both swinging. Takes us to the top of the order, 2 away. Base is empty in the bottom of the 4th. The RoughRiders have 10 outs to score 3 runs and keep the Larks off the scoreboard if they want to play a full ball game. Takes us to the top of the order, Weston Miller. 1 for 1 today with a walk in the 1st and a 2 RBI single in the 2nd. Call strike here to Miller. Nice pitch from Hendon. Locating better than Pewitt did, but no faults to Hewitt for his outing. Hendon has thrown 10 pitches, 7 of them in the zone. The 0-1 breaking ball, no chasing, swing on a curveball with some break to it. We'll go 1-1 with the counts. Do it for the Larks in inning number 5. It'll go Halter, Ross, and Lucard. It's the bottom of the order. The 1-1 from Hendon swung on, hit to right center field in the gap. It'll drop. Jeminian and Lucard give chase. Lucard comes up with it and will hold Miller to just a single. First hit and first base runner of the 4th inning. First hit of the game for the Colorado RoughRiders. Larks up by 12. Colton Brooks to the dish. Grounded out in the 1st to Tanner Rice against Austin Pewitt, and then walked against Austin Pewitt in the 2nd, and is getting his first look at Sam Hendon here. Second first pitch strike from Sam Hendon. This one's line to right field. Braden Lucard drifts right, reaches to his left side and gets out number 3. Hendon sees 4, strikes out 2, allows 1 hit, and takes a 12-run lead to the 5th inning here on Larks Network. Larks 15, RoughRiders 3. Top of the 5th here in Colorado. Looks like we might have some more rain coming our way. Jackson Halter leads things off, 2 for 2 in the day with a sacrifice fly, a home run, and a single. New pitcher into the game. It is a guy not on the roster, number 18. Scorecard shows his first name's Braxton, but can't make out what his last name is. We'll get confirmation on that in a second as this one drops low. One ball, one strike to the Larks catcher. Eyeing outside here to Halter, 2-1. Larks fans, you can see the socials on your screen. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow the Larks on Twitter, and like the Larks on Facebook to stay up to date with all things Larks all summer long. 3-1 now. And it misses outside. Jackson Halter picks up a 5-pitch walk to get things going in the 5th. Aboard for the 3rd time today. It's Hunter Rawson at the dish. Rawson on the day, homered back in the 2nd inning. Since then is 0 for 2. Just had Coach Leo walk in the press box. Give me the update. We're going to play a 10-run rule after 6. So we'll get down to the last 2 innings. Taking off from first is Jackson Halter. He's safe at second base. It is with Frank Leo running and telling me that. We have third base coach Andy Luton, first base coach Ben Baker Livingston. So through 8 games, Ben Baker Livingston's gotten to have some fun and do some things you won't get to do at New Mexico State during the college years. Gotten to coach first base and got a hit in the game when the Larks subbed out all their defensive players for pitchers and looked good with his swing. Rawson fouls this one over to the left side. Halter at second base after stealing it. Larks are a speedy team. They've already stolen 2 today, 1 from Ferenzi, 1 from Gemini, and Rawson pops this one up a mile high in the Mile High City. Goes over to the left side and will be out of play. That stolen base from Jackson Halter was his first of the season and his first attempt. Larks looking for win number 6. RoughRiders trying to get their first win of the season. It's Braxton Antonelli on the mound. Gets a called strike to Rawson, and Rawson will be struck out looking for the second time today. Out number 1 of the 5th inning, runner at second base. And we go to Braden Lucarts. Antonelli from Thornton, Colorado. Played at Lassen Community College in Susanville, California. .59 righty. So foul ball out of Lucarts. So Zach Link's day will come to an end after 2 2/3 on the mound. Gave up 3 earned runs, allowed 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Ground ball to the shortstop. Brooks had some trouble with it as it was hit hard, took a nasty bounce. And Braden Lucart will have a 1-out base hit and his second hit of the day, first RBI. Halter scores for the 3rd time today. Talk about a day for Halter, a home run, sacrifice fly, a single and a walk, 3 runs scored, 4 runs driven in. Luker now 2 for 3, 2 singles, a strikeout, and a walk. Larks put their lead to 13 now. Runner on first, 1 away. Larks have scored in every inning but the first one. 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 3rd, and then they picked up a 12-piece in the 2nd. This one misses the zone. To Ben Ferenzi. We're back at the top of the order. 5th inning, 5th plate appearance for Ben Ferenzi. He's been aboard in every time he stepped to the plates. It's 1 of 3s, reached on 2 errors, been hit by a pitch, scored twice. 9 Larks have scored today. Called strike here to Ben Ferenzi on the 3-0 delivery from Antonelli. Antonelli, a returner for the RoughRiders. Went to Horizon High School in Thornton, Colorado. Was given a perfect game grade of 8 in high school, which translates to potential draft pick and or excellent college prospect. Perfect game, clocked his exit velocity at 82. But he's pitching today. Check swing from Ferenzi. Sends it over the backstop and out of play. He's not recruited as a pitcher out of high school. Was listed as a shortstop / middle infielder. And has not pitched at Lassen. Or at least didn't last year. Ferenzi hits this one hard down left field side. Had it been fair, would have been gone. Instead, it'll be foul. This one's hit well to left center field. It'll be plenty fair, and it bounces in front of the wall, rolls to the wall, hits the wall. Andy Luton's going to send Braden Lugard home, and the relay home is not going to be in time. He's in standing up, and Ferenzi stands up at second with his first double of the day, first RBI. Lugard, 3 runs, all at the bottom of the order, and Larks continue to tack on runs here in what's been a confidence-building 2 days. 17-3 Larks. Runner at second base, 1 away. Ferenzi, 2 runs and RBI. We go to Tanner Rice, 2 hits, 1 RBI. No, he gets a called strike here, and Rice also has a run scored. Ferenzi had 2 well-struck balls in that at bat, and that one was fair. Ground ball to the left side. It'll be in time at first, but Ferenzi again reads it well. That's the second time he's read the infield well and gotten to third on a ground out. Rice now 2 of 4 with the sacrifice fly, a single and a double. 2 away, runner 90 feet for making it an 18-3 ball game. For Palmer Hutchison, 1 for 4 on the day, with a single. A run scored and a run driven in. This one is going to be a wild pitch, and Palmer Hutchison will high five Ben Ferenzi, as Ferenzi scores for the 3rd time today. Dreiling, Lugarts, Ferenzi, and Halter have each scored 4. Larks have scored 18 through 5 2/3. In the past 14 2/3 innings, they've scored 37 runs. Right down the pipe, called a strike. 1-1 count. One outside. The max preps for Braxton Antonelli shows that he made 2 appearances on the mound his junior year of high school, no senior year due to COVID. But in his high school career, only made 5 appearances on the mound with a 2.62 ERA through just 5 1/3 innings, striking out 4, walking 1, giving up 7 hits. So likely the first time he's pitched in a competitive ball game since 2019. Palmer Hutchison hits this one deep to center field. Moore moves back and will make the catch for out number 3. Larks bring 6 to the plate. They get 2 runs, extend their lead to 15, and will take a 15-run lead to the bottom half of the 5th. 18-3 Hayes over Colorado. Bottom of the fifth, Sam Hendon returns to the mound. Sam Morris to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a pop-out. It's his first look at the Alabama native. Takes a called ball here. Hendon in his last inning, 14 pitches, 1 hit allowed, 2 strikeouts, no runs, no walks, nothing else. Through 10 of his 14 pitches for strikes. Starts out with 2 balls here to the right fielder. This one's hit well to left side. It'll be a leadoff single for Morris, his first of the day. Second hit allowed for Hendon, both singles. One for Miller, one for Morris. RoughRiders going to get 6 runs in the next 6 outs to avoid a run rule in the 6th inning. And then looking to keep him off the board. There's quite a few guys in the pen standing, but none of them are throwing. And then looks over his shoulder at first base. Gaselli at the plate. 0 for on the day with a strikeout and a walk. Fly ball over the right side is foul. Gaselli, a veteran of the RoughRiders, played against them last year. Larks 4-0 versus the RoughRiders last year. 3-1 against them in 2020. 0-1 on the road. They didn't play at this field. We played at the Sod Farm. Nice pitch from Hendon. Gets a ugly swing out of Gaselli. Game changer reads an 0-2 count to Gaselli. And then we'll go from the stretch with the runner at first. This pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3. And Hendon located that perfectly on the breaking ball and gets strikeout number 3 through 1 1/3. This one looking. 2 swinging, 1 looking, 1 away, bottom of the 5th, runner at first base, 18-3 Larks. Called strike 1. Hendon really painting the outside part of the plates. Dom Bronk at the dish, 0 for on the day after walking in the 3rd inning, grounding out in the 1st inning. Outside, called strike 2. Same part of the plate. Halter might have gotten away with a good frame right there and helped out Hendon on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes to Frank, the first baseman. Bronk, the first baseman. Sully struck out before this. Morris singled. He's at first base with a small lead. Outside again. Bronk has to react to the extended strike zone. Swing and misses. 4 strikeouts in the past 5 batters faced for Sam Hendon. That one on 3 pitches. So 2 away. Bottom of the 5th. If this game does end in a run rule, it'll be the 5th straight game that the Larks and RoughRiders are held under 9 innings. Because on the 19th of July last year, Larks won 12-2, run ruling them in 7. And then because of the rainouts, we had to play a doubleheader in Hayes on July 20th. Game 1, Larks won 10-5. Evans had a home run and 4 RBIs. Terbeek was a winning pitcher with 4 innings thrown. Then in Game 2, Larks won 5-0. It was only almost a perfect game for Jake Fitzgibbons in his 7-inning complete game outing. 15 strikeouts and allowed his first hit 2 outs away from the no-hitter. 5 straight Ks at one point in the game. And then on the 21st, Larks run ruled the RoughRiders in 8, winning 13-2. Parker picking out the W. Sam Hendon strikes out 3 in the 5th. Through 2 innings, 5 strikeouts, and keeps the RoughRiders off the board. Larks take a 15-run lead to the 6th, which looks like it'll be our final inning of play here at Everett Middle School. Top of the sixth, Cade Brown to lead things off for the Larks. Sends a live drive past the glove of Bronk at first base, and Brown will lead things off with a base hit. Brown gets his first hit of the ball game after walking 2 times earlier and scoring in the second. Runner on first in a 15-run ball game, and likely the last inning of play. Bring up Jack Terosian. Terosian singled in the 5th inning. That was the 17th hit for the Larks. Now every Lark, all 10 of them that have played, have a hit in the ball game. Called strike here to Jack Terosian. Terosian, the lone Lark not to score, but he only has 1 at-bat. And we'll have a 1-1 count to Terosian. Ben Baker Livingston at first base, either running for Cade Brown or that was him that hit that and I didn't catch it. Game changer shows that he just is pinch running. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the DH from Nebraska. Delivery home outside. Again, outside. We'll get a full count. Top of the 6th, 18 Larks, 3 RoughRiders. Game 3 of a 4-game road trip. And Terosian will be aboard for the 2nd time in back-to-back innings. Picks up another walk on the year and puts Baker Livingston at 2nd. And so now Cam Walton will come to the dish. Cam was one of only 2 pitchers to not get a hit in the first game that the Larks subbed out their defensive players for pitchers. But he did have a great recruiting profile in hitting out of high school. It's a called strike here. Was almost rated better as an outfielder than he was as a pitcher from some services. As in his arm and hitting. He was given a 9 out of 10 grade from Prospect Select rankings in hitting. Fielding was given a 9.1. At the plate in his junior year at Claiborne, 581 average, 16 runs driven in, 14 scored. Pops this one up over to the right side and will be out of play for the New Mexico Lobo. 6'4" freshman. Larks have a southpaw up in the pen. Fine. Gonna guess just based on what I'm seeing from the style of the motion from their throws. And looks like Caleb Meredith. This one way high, goes over the head of Miracle, and 2 Larks move up. Terosian to 2nd, Baker Livingston to 3rd. Two-two count to Cam Walton, and he will go down looking and not be happy with the call. 1 at-bat for Walton, 1 strikeout. We'll go to Jackson Halter. So we'll probably see Cam Walton take over in center field. He was pinch hitting for Leo Geminian. Hunter Rawson would be on deck. Not sure if they're going to sub him out as well. Halter on the day. Single. Home run, walk, and a sacrifice fly. 3 scored, 4 driven in. Called strike here. One away, top of the sixth. Terosian at second. Baker Livingston at third. This one off the turf, or dirt. Alter tells Baker Livingston to stay at third. The 1-1 home to Halter over the outside part of the plate, called strike two. This one misses the zone. 2-2 to the catcher from Seminole College. Correction, it's a 5 RBI day, not a 4 RBI day for Halter. Outside, and the ball gets away. Halter gives Ben Baker Livingston the okay to run home. Larks up by 16. Baker Livingston in standing up. So now, 10 different Larks have scored. Larks up by 16. Baker Livingston did get a hit in his first time batting. It was at Larks Park. Picked up a single and drove in a run but didn't score. Jackson Halter will walk. Second walk of the inning for Antonelli. Runners on the corners with 1 out. And it will be Hunter Rawson who will hit. Braden Lucart on deck. Ferenzi in the hole. Terosian at third. Halter at first. This ball gets away from Miracle. And the Larks each will go about halfway down the line and then turn around. There's a right-handed pitcher up in the pen for the RoughRiders as Rawson rises one to center. It drops for a base hit. Terosian jogs in to make it a 20-3 ball game. Larks putting up a ton of runs, 39 runs over the past 2 days. Rawson with his second RBI of the day, and now 11 different Larks have scored, and we're going to get a mound visit between the RoughRiders and take a break on Larks Network. Antonelli stays in the game. 2 on, 1 out for Braden Lucart. Lucart singled in the 5th inning, singled in the 3rd inning, the 2nd inning, and walked in the 2nd inning. Scored 3 times. He's driven in 1. Takes this one above the letters. Larks up by 17. And a called strike. Lucart thought about turning on it, held up his hands. Game changers crashed here. And it's no longer Antonelli in the game, actually. It's number 20. Ryan Chacon. It's an ugly swing out of Lukart, and Lukart will be down on strikes for the second time today. They will catch Halter in a pickle between second and third, and he will be tagged out between the bases for out number 3. Larks do get a couple of runs in the 6th inning and will take a 20-3 lead to the bottom half of the 6th, in which they need to get 3 outs and not let the RoughRiders score 8 runs. We'll see if they can do it. Bottom of the 6th, Kayla Meredith will take over on the mound. The southpaw from Tennessee. It's a fly ball, foul out of Dom Folks. 0-2 with the count. We'd love to give you Meredith stats, but game changer, the entire side has crashed. And hey, now we're back. So we'll get you those in 1 second. In the meantime, I believe it's a 1-2 count. And it's 2-1. I was wrong. Larks up 20-3, swing and a miss, 2-2 counts. Meredith from the windup, the 2-2 home. Line driver to the right side and foul. Appearance number 4 of the season for Meredith. He's thrown 7. 2 starts. This is his second straight in relief. Pitched against the Saints on Friday. He's given up 7 hits, 5 earned runs, striking out 4, no walks. Payoff pitcher Meredith popped to Ben Ferenzi at shortstop for out number 1. RoughRiders need to get 8 runs on 2 outs. So Leo Dominion is done. It's Cam Walton now in center field. Ben Baker Livingston takes over for Cade Brown at first. Everything else is the same. Rossin and Lukart in the corners of the outfield. Hutchison at third. Ferenzi at short. Rice at second. Halter behind the dish. One and 0 is the count. Inside deliveries popped up over to the right side. Tanner Rice chases it into the grass, back pedals, and makes the catch for out number 2. So assuming no miracle happens with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th in a 20-3 ball game, the Larks will see the game day Angels tomorrow. First pitch 8 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can catch it right here on Larks Network now that it appears that our signal's better. We'll see what it's like at Double Angel Ballpark tomorrow. Meredith misses outside 1-0 to the bottom of the order. Braden Miracle. Outside 2-0. Meredith in his last outing, 2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, get a swing and a miss. Fooled Miracle with the off speed. Well, got him way ahead of it. Two and 1 counts. Late on the swing, chopper to the right side, rolls to the dugout slowly. RoughRiders down to their final strike in a game that's been long decided. Meredith from the windup, the 2-2 off speed is high, 3-2. We'll get a second payoff pitch of the inning. RoughRiders were going to fall to 0-6 on the season, 0-6 in league play. They're last in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Payoff pitch from Meredith, swung on and missed, and Larks will win it 20-3 here in 6 innings. Meredith gets his first strikeout of the day, number 5 of the season, to end it. Larks move on to 6-2 on the season, 3-1 in league play. They're third and will move up in the rankings a little closer to the Liberal. And we'll take on the game day Angels tomorrow. First pitch at 8 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Larks have quite a few great days. Jackson Halter, 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Lukart scores 3. Dreiling, 3 runs scored, 2 driven in. And Ben Ferenzi scores 3. So be sure to check out the Larks channel tomorrow. And be sure to subscribe. In the meantime, turn on the notification bell so you'll get notified when we go live. And won't have to worry about watching the game tomorrow. You'll just get it, and you'll see it. And we'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central, 7 Mountain Time, as the Larks take on the Game Day Angels, looking to go 3-1 on the 4-game road trip. This has been Carson Ackerman signing off. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow.